the night that we played in the Boston Garden, and we got thumped pretty good.
Right.
And you came over to me and said, "Clarky, we're going out for a beer."
I remember it well. That's an interesting night.
He said, "Clarky, come on, you and I, we're going for a beer." I said, "Oh, who's all going?" He said, "Just me and you." I said, "Oh boy, what have I got? What have I got in store for myself here?" So we went. We had a couple of beers, 2 or 3. I seem to remember, and then you asked me a very interesting question. He said, "Clarky, I have to ask you a question. Who, I don't want to say are you afraid of, but who are you hesitant to fight?"
Right.
And I said, "Wow." I said, that is a good question, Bob. And you said, "And you can ask me the same question when we're done." And I said, well, as a matter of fact, it'd probably have to be Behn Wilson, because he's the only guy that had ever gotten, I still think it was a draw, but the only guy that
you wanted,
I slipped. I stepped on a stick. Anyways, and he was the guy that I guess if you were going to say that I really clearly lose a fight, that was probably the one. And you said, I know, and you've been living with that for the last couple of years, and you have to get that off your chest. And you looked at me and you said, "Who do we play tomorrow night?" And I said, "The Chicago Blackhawks." And you said, "Who plays for Chicago Blackhawks?"
That's it.
I go, "Behn Wilson." He said, "Clarky, you're going to get this monkey off your back tomorrow night. You're going to go out there. In the first shift at the beginning of the game, you're going to get it over with. You and Wilson are going to go, and you're going to beat him, and you're going to get this monkey off your back." And I said, "Okay." And then you said it to me about 10 seconds later. And you said it to me, we were rooming together at the time, and you said it again before we went to sleep. And I think you sat on the edge of my bed and said it to me about 50 times over the course of the night. Got up in the morning, said it again, pregame meal, said it again. By the time we got to game time, all I could think of was Behn Wilson, and I'm shaking. I get out on the ice for warm up, and I'm like skating around, and I'm not even warming up. I'm just looking at Behn Wilson as he's skating around. And sure enough, I don't know whether it was the first shift of the game, I was out there, and he went after, he was pulling at Bobby Bourne. And
Right.
I went over to him and I said, "Hey, buddy," I said, "that's not happening. Get away from him." I said, "It's you and I." Because he goes to me, "Oh yeah, you want it again tonight?" I go, "Yes, right effing now."
Yeah.
And I clearly beat him that night. I never saw him again for the rest of my career.
Yeah. Well, that's.
And I thank you, because I would have been living with that all these years after playing. Now it's 30 years since we retired, and I would have been living with that had you not got that monkey off my back.